Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And they continue with The Outer Worlds Blind. I'm investigating a murder here.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Halcyon Helen's death was the worst part of all this.
What? You don't mean to tell me that it isn't? There's something even worse?
There is. I spent 6,000 bits on a new suit for the unveiling, but now that it's been postponed, I'll never get a chance to show it off.
My lord, that is a real tragedy.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
I'd like bring me to the penthouse suite.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
They didn't that great a bit job of cleaning it, it seems to me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
In the light of recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon, we at the Grand Colonial have doubled the number of armed guards for only a small security surcharge. The surcharge is not refundable. The Grand Colonial is not responsible for death or dismemberment that occurs off of hotel grounds. Hacking 80. 80? Wow. From Ludovico to Bellamy Road. Because Halcyon Helen is not her real name. It's her stage name. Thank you for choosing the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex as the site of your next publicity and marketing campaign. By endorsing the Spectrum Brown product, you're allying yourself with a revolution in the leisure beverage market. Indeed, the culture of Halcyon itself. We're going to change the world together. Sincerely, Quinton Ludovico. Helen, I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. Are we not both branches on the same tree of privilege? You command audiences with your masterly performances on Etherwave, and I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with responsibilities to set a good example. I am disappointed to discover you have berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take particular umbrage in your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project, How to Motivate Your Workforce Using Ancient Weaponry, as and I quote, a nonsensical vanity project from a dyed-in-the-wool buffoon. Those are fighting words. Expect to hear soon from my personal auditors. Sincerely, Profitability P.O. Money can't buy happiness, and other lies we tell ourselves. A new seminar by the Prophet of Profitability, coming soon. Miss Bellamy, you're a talented actor. I've enjoyed all of your roles across the years. I am especially fond of your performance in Terror on Monarch. Ludovico doesn't appreciate the serials. Maybe that's why he never knows when he's being played. He still thinks you're here to endorse Spectrum Brown. Your performance has him fooled. I have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Best, Cendric. Investigation board. The board is covered with a loose collection of photographs and papers. A blank notebook lies open beside a stack of clean papers. Looks like someone intended to write something but never got started. Okay, let's contact the administrator.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
You mean Ruth Bellamy? Halcyon Helen was just a character.
Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
I get it. You don't want to be responsible for a drink that kills people.
I do not. Spacer's Choice has that market cornered. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation.
Well, I've got a lead. Can't tell you why, but I need access to the orchards.
Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
I'll bear that in mind.
You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the suite to your liking?
Well, I'm just here to investigate, ma'am. I don't really care about the hotel room.
Ah, someone focused on their work. I can absolutely respect that. We're terror rays of a fin, Inspector. Now, I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Yeah, exit the Grand Colonial.
That smell. Whatever that is, it'll kill more than bacteria.
Excuse me. The pool plaza is currently closed to guests. Oh, you're that inspector. Right. Sorry, but the pool's currently closed on account of it stinking worse than my boss. What can I do for you?
Why does the pool look all green?
Space me if I knew. I got here for my shift this morning and found it this way. They can't yell at me for this one, which is good, because a lot of folks seem upset by it.
This morning? So it happened just before the Spectrum Brown launch.
Gee, you're pretty sharp. Yeah, the reception party would have extended out here, but we had to close it off. What with the contamination. And now the reception ain't happening anyway. Can't do much now but wait for the stench to wear off. We found the individual hired to clean face down in a puddle of his own spit in the orchards. Guess he won't be helping.
Something about this sounds of kilter. I'd like to take a look around. Face down in his own spit?
Look, I call it how I see it. They found the poor slackwit alongside syringes enough to put down a herd of mantisaurs. His family will have to be fined. Rizzo should have been more careful about who they hired. They're lucky nothing got permanently damaged.
Something about this sounds of kilter. I'd like to take a look around.
Alright. You may want to visit the sun parlor. That's where that Rizzo's fool mixed the chemicals he used. Oh, and you could talk to Lily, my boss. She probably has some great advice. I saw her walk toward the bridge to the Purpleberry Orchards earlier. Reckon she's still there. Now, anything else I can do for you?
Got some questions about the pool?
So long as you don't want to go in, I can answer anything you like.
Pretty heavily armed for a pool guard, aren't you?
Yeah, it's part of the job. I think I'm listed as a security consultant. But all that really means is that if I'm caught without this thing, I get put on pool guard duty. I don't know what happens if I'm caught without it on pool guard duty, but I know that I don't want to find out.
You said that Rizzo's hired someone to do the cleaning?
Yep, still dead. Usually Rizzo's is pretty good at making sure the people they hire ain't got tripicale for brains, but that fella clearly wasn't worth trusting. I met him briefly once. Seemed level-headed enough, but that must have been just a front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a mess of things. Sounds good to me.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry Orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Pool chemical required. A knockout court memo. To all guests, management urgently requests that you refrain from using tossball equipment on the sudden death knockout courts. Guests using the court have not signed the proper paperwork for death and dismemberment by any equipment other than knockout rackets. Any hemorrhages, brain damage, or life-threatening concussions caused due to the tossball-related mischief will result in extensive fines. Should you desperately wish to sate your tossball recreation needs, management recommends you visit Rizzo's Rangers on the second VIP guest floor. Slug is not responsible for any guests beaten to death by the Rangers during scrimmage matches.
We're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want?
Who's Matthias?
An idiot. I suspect he's avoiding me, actually, which is the first smart thing he's done all month. Sorry, but do you need something? Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate. And if that don't beat all, one of my crew is AWOL.
Missing person? I'm actually an inspector, could look into that.
If you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been missing a few days, and we're low on staff as it is.
A few days? Why didn't you wait until now to search for him?
It's not exactly uncommon for slug agents to go on the odd bender. They'll pick a place they think I don't know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles. Thing is, they usually resurface within 24 hours, or at least yell for medical help. This guy, not a peep.
I'll look into this. What do I need to know?
The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than stand here and look tough. Friendly type. Well-behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but O'Connell's not really the type. He was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search there first. Inspector, you find my missing man?
The pool guard told me to talk to you, said you would have some advice.
Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about. If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my crew's standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. I put him on pool duty to keep him away from me, and now he's up my ass more than ever. How hard could it possibly be to guard a void-damned pool?
Are you in charge of slug security?
Nah, I only manage operations around the hotel. Cedric does most of the maneuvering for Eridanos proper. I don't envy him. The only thing worse than babysitting a couple of hot-headed, overgrown children would be babysitting the entire lot of them.
If you hate managing people so much, why don't you ask for a transfer?
Situation's a little more complicated than you think. Suffice it to say, I'm not inclined to question Slug's place for me anytime soon.
Hiding something, huh?
I feel like our relationship would be more copacetic if you dropped this line of questioning.
Do I look like a reasonable person, or do I look like someone who'll keep pestering you until you snub?
Oh, good. And here I was thinking that today was going along too smoothly. I might have used to work for Auntie Cleo. Might have been security manager of a small pharmaceutical lab. After workplace spat number 175, I decided to defect. Defection isn't taken lightly. can't go back, so now I'm slug for life.
Alright.
Inspector! Hope you catch that killer soon. We're all part of the Rizzo's family.
Where am I? Okay, right here. So that's the pool. I don't have much to investigate there, I don't think.
Hi again. It's like I just saw you.
So I'll go to that other place, I guess. Someone getting killed? It's kind of how it sounded. It definitely sounds like someone getting killed. Pool cleaner, blue watercoloring, chlorine soul, hydrogenated deformer. Okay, I probably need to check the computer to know what I'm doing. I'm not super enthusiastic about this.
Inspector?
Oh, smells worse than rancid salt tuna. Oh, well, I think it's coming from the pool.
Get. I'm at a.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the purpleberry orchards.
Wonder who gets it if you hit it over the edge.
Pool water.
heard, but we're in the middle of a lockdown. No one's supposed to be coming or going. And when I can't get a hold of anyone in the orchards, I can't make sure of that, can I?
No, Miss Vargas. Sorry, I'll work on getting a hold of someone.
Great, you do that. I'll be waiting right here. We talked.
I hope them.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A salt, sour, tangy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center.
Cover!
I think I'll just leave those Raptidons be. Let the guards kill them. What one status? Brominating oscillator, blue water coloring, brominating oscillator.
This is more exciting than I thought.
Okay, that's the. Does the order have to be the same, or? Chlorine soul. Hydro generated deformer. Okay, so if I mix this, should result in pool cleaner.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. If my boss asks, you never met me.
A key? I think we both know my work was worth a little more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits. And, here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up with the goods. I gotta get back to it if you don't mind, Inspector.
You know what? I'll put points into hacking because I feel like discovering those deleted messages might be pretty important in the overall scheme of things. I'll get more capacity bonus. Any damage that would kill you instead heals a small amount of health. Very cool. When Pravati performs her ability, recharge for some of your tactical time dilation. Yeah, okay, I'll pursue this. Travel to Purpleberry Orchards. Yeah, I think this might have been originally intended for a higher level. Well, much higher level, probably. This is a problem. Why make this available to me if I'm underleveled for it? Like, seriously underleveled for it.
What? Yeah. Riz. No. I don't. Damn it. Sam. So long.
Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer.
Gets it if you hit it over the edge.
The other 20% is semblant of full water.
That we're in the middle of a lockdown? He was if I
hope the murderer...
Drizzle's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't kill me! I'm too valuable to die! Please, don't kill me!
Cool.
I'll go back to my room and save, just because I'm bound to die with how strong the enemies are. Food addiction. Not eating often will cause withdrawals. No.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Yeah, this is a little ridiculous, but I don't want to back down from this because it will make the quest line kind of disjointed. You know, I'm in the middle of that investigation. Yeah, this is really not fun. I think this has been mismanaged. Because there clearly was. It's not like I could have traveled here from the beginning of a game. There was a specific point, I think level 15, when it became available. But it's clear to me, based on both the skill checks, which is like hack 80, and on the strength of enemies, that you're not supposed to do it at level 15. So why make it available? Like, how am I supposed to know that I'm not supposed to do it?
Been enjoying your stay.
If you made it available to do. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause it here, and I'll try doing side quests on Eridanos, or maybe this. But I'll do it next time, because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!